from day one, I've been accepted to go out there and be who I am. And my teammates, they've responded by being great every single day. And so for me, like I said, I've been put in a great situation, and I just try to maximize it every single day.
Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs quarterback, with a great performance on Sunday against the Tennessee Titans. And yet again, Chris, here go the Chiefs falling behind, down 10-0 this week, then down 17-7. And it really felt like the Titans had the formula. When they had that 9-minute and 7-second drive in the second quarter where they pushed the lead from 10-7 back to 17-7, I was starting to have visions of Super Bowl 25. You remember Super Bowl 25?
Sure, of course.
You remember what your dad's Giants did
in
the third quarter of that game, took up basically the whole third quarter with one drive. I mean, if the Titans could have put themselves in position to have those slow, methodical, grinded out drives in the second half, they could have put the Chiefs in checkmate. But, man, it woke up, and it woke up in a big way. Once they were down 17-7, the Chiefs rocket to 2 touchdowns, take the lead going into the locker room at halftime. And I really felt like that was it at 21-17. What they were able to do in those 2 drives to end the half. Now, look, they still had to come out and play the second half, obviously, but it had a much different vibe quickly. In 6 minutes and 39 seconds of clock time, it went from feeling like, holy crap, the Titans are going to steal this one to, okay, the Chiefs are still the Chiefs, and the Titans are still the Titans.
Well, and the Chiefs are still the Chiefs, and they're not the same defense the Titans saw the first time around, as we saw there. I mean, that's the first thing. Yeah, those first few drives were like, ooh, this is concerning, but they kind of bucked up, and all of a sudden there was no run game to be had. But the story of the game is one thing and one thing only. The pressure was on Kansas City's offense to deliver, down 10-0, then down 17-7. And that's supposed to be their strength of their team. The receivers, the tight end, the quarterback. And, man, they delivered. And, man, I mean, hey, Patrick Mahomes, if you didn't think he was the best quarterback in the sport, you do now. I mean, it's just unbelievable. He's the story of the game. He's the difference. His composure, his skill set, everything about it. He's on another level right now, Mike. He really is. He's just on another level. He's almost unstoppable because, you blitz? Oh, okay, he'll make a guy miss and then make a big play. Oh, you want to play man-to-man? All right, well, if he sees a matchup he likes, he throws it. But, if you're going to play me man-to-man and everybody's back's turned playing to man, I'm going to scramble. Oh, with zone coverage? Oh, well, I'll just slide around and move and manipulate the zone and then find a hole in it. Oh, you're going to only rush me to 3? I'll just sit there all day. And then if nobody's open, I'll go run and find a hole. Like, he's got it all right now. He's got a great feel, let alone the talent. He was remarkable yesterday. He wills them to win games, and his talent just shines through. He's the best player in the sport right now. 2 AFC championships, 1 Super Bowl in his first 2 years starting as a quarterback. You can't say enough about the guy. He's amazing.
There was a moment yesterday that I think, for me, helped better understand how Patrick Mahomes operates when he gets the ball and he's in the pocket. He had a lot of time on one specific play.
Yeah.
And he didn't just stand there.
Right.
He's constantly moving.
He is.
He never lets himself get lulled to sleep in the pocket like an Aaron Rodgers or others may do. Rodgers has the ability to run away from pressure, but if you get, kind of things are clean and going well, it's easy to stray away from what's happening in front of you. And it's like Patrick Mahomes is always balancing what's happening down the field, what's happening in front of me.
Yes,
and I'm never going
is.
to let my guard down.
Right.
I'm always in that I got to go mode. And he has the perfect balance between that and his ability to throw the football at any time from any body position, any platform. And I think it screams out when he doesn't have to run that he's always in that mode of, I may have to run. And I think it's going to serve him well in 13 days against those 49ers pass rushers that can chase him around everywhere.
Well, definitely. And then Kansas City can protect the passer. I mean, that's the thing we saw yesterday. Again, we got into the conversation with the 49ers and the Packers and how, the playoffs, you seem to always have to play that team where your weaknesses kind of rise to the top. Well, Tennessee Titans, their weakness all year was pass defense. One, because they couldn't really rush the passer with 4 all the time to get home, and then they weren't great in the back end. They let up a lot of yards. Well, it all came back to bite them in the butt in the end. They played the one team in the playoffs that said, oh, you're not good at that? Well, we can really expose it. We're going to see how much better you've got at it during the year and see if you shored that up. And they did not. And yes, I mean, you're right. His feel, his intangibles, just everything about his game, it reminds me of an Aaron Rodgers back in the early 2010, 2011, where you just went, there's some teams he plays, you can't beat him. It doesn't matter. He's going to find out the specific formula in this game, and he found out the formula. Yeah, first few drives, didn't know how to really attack it, but him and Andy Reid figured it out, and then he figured out the style of play to go with it to expose it. And then just again, for the second week in a row, once they get it going, night, because it is. It's just like, it's the greatest show on turf. It's the Golden State Warriors. It's just like, whoa, we're feeling it, and it's a high-flying, fun show to watch.
And the pack of plays that we were showing on NBCSN and on Sky Sports as you were talking about that, it really amplifies my point. And it reminds me of Top Gun. And they're redoing Top Gun, so this isn't all that dated of a reference. But remember when they're trying to get the radar lock on the plane? Like, the defensive lineman can never get a lock on him. You never really have a target with Patrick Mahomes because he's constantly moving. So think of how frustrating it is. You're trying to get off your block. You're trying to figure out who you're going to, but the guy is always moving. He never stands still until the ball's out. That's got to be frustrating as hell for a defensive lineman.
Frustrating, and every bit as exhausting for a defense as it is playing some smash-mouth running football team. I mean, think about what you're going through, Mike, right? Everything you just explained. You're a defensive lineman who's going, oh, gosh, he's going this way. Oh, gosh, he's going that way. Oh, gosh, wait, he's standing there. Let me go get him. Oh, gosh, he moved again. Let me go run after him that way. The DBs in the back end, whether they're in man or zone, they're having to cover for 6 and 7 seconds at a time. It wears a football team out. He does it by himself with just his magic that he pulls. He's unbelievable. He really is. For a kid as young as he is, to be the leader, the talent, everything he is for that organization is just astounding. And he is the type of guy that could break the Kansas City jinx. His talent's so good. Yep, haven't been to a Super Bowl in 50 years. Great. You get Patrick Mahomes, you start him, you go back his second year starting. That's what kind of a special guy he is.
I can't believe I apologize for a Top Gun reference. You're the guy that's good for about 3 or 4 negative Ghost Riders every single week.
Negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is full. Yes.
All right. Sammy Watkins, 7 catches, 114 yards on 10 targets. And, we talked last week about Tyreek Hill or Travis Kelce, who's going to have the bigger day. Nobody thought Sammy Watkins would be the guy that blows it open. But, if you're too focused on Kelce, if you're too focused on Hill, they got Watkins. And that was the issue last year, Chris. They could never get everybody healthy at the same time. You get those 3 guys healthy at the same time, they are very difficult to slow down.
They almost become unstoppable when all 3 guys are healthy, right? We talked about the Houston Texans and how much better they are when Will Fuller's healthy and what he does to DeAndre Hopkins and of course, Deshaun Watson. Man, when Kelce, Watkins, and Tyreek Hill and Mahomes are hitting on all cylinders, good night. Good luck. It's almost impossible to stop. Between Andy Reid's aggressiveness, his play design, the way they can protect. Mahomes, he never settles, right? He never settles. He rarely really makes mistakes. We don't look at him and go, oh, man, he's a gunslinger again, that we go, man, he's a gunslinger, but it just no balls ever seem to be thrown into a crowd. Nothing's ever like, oh, he got lucky there. Everything is just like the ball leaves his hand and you go, oh, I just have a feeling somebody's going to be on the other end of this camera angle and they're going to catch it. Oh, they did. They caught it. He's a magic man. He's the best player in the sport right now, and he is capable of just about carrying this team or any team to the Super Bowl, and that's what's going to make it fun. Him versus the 49ers, wow.
I'm starting to think, Chris Sims, you're going to have one hell of a time picking this game, that you are not going to have an easy decision between 49ers and Chiefs.
They match up. The Chiefs, I think the 49ers are the better football team from top to bottom. But the Chiefs match up well with the 49ers. They do some things that could, kind of like make the 49ers' strengths a moot point to a degree. The front 4, I don't think the front 4 for the 49ers is just going to be able to get there by themselves all game long like they did yesterday against Aaron Rodgers. Not against this O-line, and not a way Andy Reid keeps you off balance with the movement and then Mahomes moving to go along with it. So there's some interesting aspects to this. And as we've seen again, hey, we got to stop questioning Kansas City's run defense. Like this just in, okay? You know, they're good. It's official. We got to stop questioning it. It's been good for about 9 to 10 weeks in a row now. And they slowed down the hottest running back in football yesterday. So that's something to look forward to, too, with Shanahan's run scheme versus Spagnuolo and that run defense. I mean, there's a lot of cool things, right, Mike?
Some would say the Chiefs made Derrick Henry a mute point on Sunday, or as the case may be, a moot point. It's hardly a moot point, though, what the Chiefs were able to do. Let's take a break, and when we return, let's talk about exactly how Derrick Henry was unable to continue a historic run and how the Chiefs were able to bottle him up for only 69 rushing yards on 19 attempts.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.